campaigns we did is we identified people that play tennis in college. Our client played tennis in college. We said, what if we were to identify, C-levels and VPs in certain industries that also did? And then that campaign went really well because everyone getting that message is thinking, wow, like this person actually researched me, wrote me a custom message, and is just going to be a lot more likely to reply. So, and to kind of get more academic or cerebral with it, I think one writer, one of my favorite copywriting books is Breakthrough Advertising. You know that one, right? Eugene Schwartz, and he writes a lot about the stages of market sophistication, right? And you have something that's new, you have an unaware stage, like Ford producing a car and so on. And we all end up in the kind of stage 5, which is the most skeptical, and which is where I'd find maybe not what you're doing, maybe not software products as much. Some, it depends. But again, service businesses like agencies, like a lot of our clients. And at that point, the scarce commodity is no longer information. It's trust. It's basically, is this going to be, can I trust you to not waste my time? And if we do need the solution, can I trust that it's going to work, as opposed to, widgets and case studies and that kind of thing, which really don't build trust because anybody can put a case study together. So that's kind of like the thing that's informing everything we do. Yeah.
So a lot of this for the DIY folks who are listening, who want to do it themselves or train one of their employees to do it, how would you go about training somebody to do this on your behalf?
Yeah, and I honestly think what you're doing with Flowster can help a lot with that. So I would say start there. There's some great SOPs there. We talked when we're going to have you on our show. That's a great way to think about it, is getting that fine line between personalization and scale. That's kind of what you're going for. If you go too far to personalization, you're not going to have enough output or activity. And if you go too far to scale, you're going to not be personalized enough and people are going to click the spam button, and that's not going to work either, right? So I think the first way to think about it, it depends on your situation. If you are if you have a very large market size, like I have a friend that has a marketing agency for trust and estates lawyers, he's not going to go account based. He can just go, buy lists or build lists of trust. Carpet bomb. You're in the carpet bomb situation. You're painting purely by numbers. If you're like our clients and you're, let's say, an agency for biotech firms, I just pulled that out because that's one of our recent clients. You probably want to go account based. That means you're first building that account based list. There's lots of list vendors. You can use, LinkedIn to do that. I won't go down to that rabbit hole too much, but you can build that list. And ideally, where you're going with that account based model first. From there, you might pick certain network. I mean, if you're doing this yourself, you might not be able to get as sophisticated as we are. You might start by thinking of it in terms of things like trade shows. Like, was there a trade show you last attended? Well, okay, can you identify people that exhibited at that trade show? And can you use that as a way in, hey, we attended XYZ event. We're going to attend XYZ event. We wanted to attend XYZ event, but we couldn't. Those are all good ways in. They're going to build a lot more trust. Beyond that, if you can do some version of kind of like targeted, finding people in your network and identifying the ones that are already in that industry. Sales Navigator makes this very easy. And then have those calls. And then before the call, you're going on those people's LinkedIn and you're finding like 2 or 3 contacts that are in those accounts that you want to reach. That all becomes stuff that's very templatable and doable. And I think that's a much better way to approach it than purely going the carpet bombing route and hoping that a funnel or case studies are going to save you. So that's kind of where I go, and hopefully that's useful in some way.
Yeah.